Good day, and welcome to another edition of the Military and Foreign Affairs Network. I am your host, the voice of reason. Today, we are continuing our coverage of the ongoing civil war taking place inside of the former state of Ethiopia. In addition, we have received reports over the last 24 hours of some rather heavy fighting taking place along the border of Eritrea, led by the despotic regime of Isaias Afwerki and forces of the Tigray Defense Forces of the independent, fully autonomous region of Tigray. And the fighting that has taken place between the Eritrean army and the Tigrayan army took place along, again, 2 points. One near Rama. Over the last 24 hours, we have seen some rather intense and heavy fighting taking place between Eritrean forces and Tigrayan defense forces. And then we have also seen further fighting taking place within the area of Badme. We believe that the Tigray and Defense Forces continue to operate a very robust force that extends from Rama towards Badme, estimated a core size element that faces off against the Eritrean army forces in that locale. We believe at this point this is not a all-out invasion by the Eritrean army. Again, the Eritrean army took significant casualties over the course of its invasion of northern Tigray and during the corresponding occupation of towns like Shirara, Shire, Axum, Adigrat, and obviously the Eritrean army was forced to withdraw from northern Tigray after taking heavy losses after the Tigrayan Defense Forces were able to fully mobilize and expel those forces of the Eritrean army from northern Tigray. So the concept of a all-out Eritrean invasion of northern Tigray after the TDF has now fully mobilized, I say at this point would be fairly remote. In all likelihood, what we're seeing is reconnaissance in force by either the TDF or the Eritrean army in this area of operation. So the fighting lasted roughly 24 hours and has since leveled off. We do not believe this is the start of a major military operation by the Eritrean army. Now, we have seen some positioning of leadership individuals visiting frontline units both in western Tigray and areas near the Eritrean border. But what would be the war goal, the war aim of the Eritrean army in terms of a renewed invasion? And given that the albeit loyalist formations, the ENDF, really kind of have their hands full right now with the Oromo Liberation Army, and it's very unsure if the ENDF could provide the type of forces that would create that two-front war that could then necessitate and facilitate a Eritrean invasion of northern Tigray. And at this point, we just don't believe the capability is there. Obviously, anything is possible. But ultimately, the outcome of a renewed Eritrean invasion of northern Tigray would probably result in the same outcome that occurred previously, which we observed the eviction of Eritrean forces from northern Tigray. And at the same time, the Tigrayan Defense Forces are a much more robust force with a lot more capabilities now because of just sheer manpower and obviously much enhanced combat experience over the course of its operations against the ENDF, the Eritrean Army, and Amhara regional militias. And the Tigrayan Defense Forces have proven a capability to launch rather significant campaigns into the Amhara region, and we would say at this point we would not rule out the capability that the TDF does indeed have of launching some sort of operation into Eritrea itself. And we do know the capability continues to take shape in terms of Tigrayan Defense Forces possibly launching some sort of action with the goal of seizing control of western Tigray, crossing the Tigray River in force, and then launching an all-out operation to reclaim control of western Tigray. That is still very much on the table, and also could involve TDF units actually crossing into certain parts of Eritrea from the Tigray-Eritrea border. And then at the same time, we do know the TDF has a capability on the Sudanese side of the border as well. So you could see a multi-pronged attack coming from the TDF, both from the east and the west, quite possibly both into western Tigray, and in some cases a operation to draw forces away from Humora by crossing into Eritrea proper from the Sudanese border as well. But we do believe there is a very robust capability by the Tigrayan Defense Forces in this area, and we do believe that because of the both the size of the two forces, that we have seen a uptick in fighting, at least on two locales, Rama and Badme. Now that fighting has calmed down within the last few hours, and it is not currently ongoing. Now, could that fire up again, and could we see more fierce fighting taking place? Absolutely. The capability is there, and we'll just have to kind of watch what occurs. And as that happens, we will bring you more and further information. Thanks again for joining us. More info very, very soon. Have a good day.